Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Big Match Build-Up Show with me, Ryan Archer, and my co-host, Mr. Preview, Scotty Collier. Scott, how are you doing, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Very sad about the news of Beck being missing, but other than that, I'm all good, mate.
It's the Big Match build-up show. West Ham travel to Molineux tonight to take on Wolves. 8:15 kickoff live on Sky Sports. Scott, the team news is out, so as always, mate, take us through the starting lineup.
Well, it looks like that we're going for, obviously, Fabianski in goal. It looks like he's going to switch to the back five with Masuaku coming in after returning from injury. So we've got, looks like Kufal, Dawson, Diop, Creswell and Masuaku is the back five. Noble coming in for Declan Rice, obviously, with Souček. So undecided whether we're going for a 5-2-3 or a 5-4-1. So Fornals, looks like Fornals and Lingard either side with Antonio up top. And obviously Souček partnering Nobes in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, before we get into it, I mean, the news rumours were circulating last night about Declan Rice, and it was confirmed today. Massive injury blow for us. 9 games to go, and looks like we're going to lose our skipper and our most important player in these last 9 sort of cup finals. He'll probably be missing for the next 4 to 6 weeks, which is devastating blow. But it's football. This is what happens to good players. They always get picked to play for their country and their team. They're going to eventually pick up an injury, and it's devastating that it's happened. But we have to move on, and obviously. I still feel that as much as Declan Rice is a massive loss, I feel that we've still got a good enough team and squad to get us through these last few games to still have a good end to the season.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's the thing now. This is where the manager earns his money, doesn't he? He's got to come up with a new system now or a new way of playing that still frees up Souček the way Rice allowed Souček to get forward. Look, with Noble, we know what we're going to get. It isn't ideal. We know he's not past his best, but he's not got a lot of football left in him, and it's how now Moyes handles this. And you know, he looks like he's, as I said, he looks like he's changing the dynamic of the side again, going to that back five. Will Noble just then sit in front of that back line to allow Souček to get forward? You know, ideally that's what we want to see. But the worrying thing for me with Declan Rice is they're saying he's done this injury 60 minutes into the England game. And either he allowed himself to carry on or the physios allowed him to carry on in the game, which is a little bit worrying. You'd think they'd offer a bit more protection for the players, especially with all these games that they've got, you know, coming up and obviously the Euros up ahead.
Yeah, as we said, mate, it's devastating. And as you said, you know, he picked up that injury 60 minutes into the game. Why wasn't it picked up? You know, football, we've all played football. You know yourself, you feel like you can carry on, and maybe it was a wrong decision by Rice. But, you know, if he felt he could carry on at the time. But look, it's devastating. But look, we move on. You know, there's no point dwelling over it. And there's nothing we can do now. All we can do is wish Declan a speedy recovery. But what we do, before we go through the Wolves lineup as well, just quickly, you happy with that lineup tonight?
Yeah, I would have preferred to see Ben Rama start, if I'm honest. But as I said, if Moyes has gone for that back five, realistically, that's as strong as we can get. You know,
good to see Fornals back. I think he adds a lot to the team. He'll sort of give you that work rate that we'll lose a little bit with Declan, and obviously as well, massive. It's great to see Masuaku back.
Yes.
In the starting, I thought he'd be on the bench tonight, but he's gone straight into the starting 11. So great to see him back as well.
Oh, massively, and obviously, I'm with you. I thought Masuaku would just be on the bench, so he must be fully fit. And as I said, it must be key into how Moyes has decided to set up, because I'm sure they would have known this news that Declan was going to be missing sort of earlier on than just yesterday. So hopefully they've had a good time to prep on the training pitch for it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, let's have a quick look at the Wolves team as well. I'll bring that up here. Do you want to go through that, Scott, or what we do? I'll tell you what. You know, I've got some. Let's go through 3. We picked out 3 key players that we think, you know, might cause us a little bit of a threat tonight. So let's go through them. So first up, we both went for their centre back, their talisman, Conor Coady, their captain. You know, it's going to be a good battle to see him and Antonio tonight, you know, because Conor Coady, you know, England national, he's highly rated. I think Liverpool are linked with him. You know, he offers them a lot at the back. He's their captain. He's their, you know, it'll be a very good battle to see him and Antonio tonight.
That's it. That's the thing, and it's key with him. He will be more than likely picking up Antonio for the majority of the game. So it'd be it's down to the other three then to watch the runs that Lingard makes, and if we are a bit more attacking with Fornals getting forward as well. So he's going to be key at the heart of their defence to try and keep us quiet. But I think Antonio, he's the type of player that Antonio can get the beating of. And so long as Lingard's on the form that we've seen Lingard be in, they both will cause Coady a lot of problems and the rest of that back line. Yeah,
totally agree, mate. I mean, the next person we've picked out is in midfield, is Ruben Neves. He is their playmaker. He's the one that creates things. You know, when they look for a goal or look to create something, Ruben Neves is the man they turn to. He's caused us problems in the past. What do you make of Ruben Neves?
He's a quality player, and he's since they lost. Can I remember who's the guy that went to Liverpool? Jota.
Oh, Jota, yeah.
Yeah, since they've lost him, he's been their main creative player. Traore's all about running. Obviously, Jimenez hasn't had the season. Obviously, that horrific head injury that he had has sort of held him back a bit. So Neves is the one they look to. He's the key that they're going to look to try and unlock our defence. And let's be honest. He's a tricky character. He is one to watch, and he is one that can turn a game in an instant. And we saw that last season with him. We kept him quiet. I'm not sure whether he started in the game against us earlier in the season. We've just got to be wary of some of their attacking threats, especially him. He's a very skillful player, very, very good.
Who in our midfield do you reckon is going to try to stick to him like glue every time? Because that would have been where Declan Rice would have been tonight. As soon as someone like Neves is on the ball, Rice is in. So is this where Souček now has to take that sort of role? That he does it, but he doesn't do it as well as Declan Rice? Or would you maybe say, would you think someone like Fornals has got to stick to him?
The thing with Fornals is he's got the work rate, but we need him getting forward, don't we? And that's my worry with Souček. Obviously, Noble's got a massive responsibility. So you could see Noble sort of trying to track his runs when he drops into the midfield. Nobles, for me, has got a big job tonight. He's got to marshal that back line to allow Souček to get forward, because Souček won't have the freedom there to get forward. So we don't really want him hanging around waiting to mark, their better ball player. We want Souček getting forward. So this is where I think Noble comes in. Noble's got to watch his runs, track side to side, work as a crab.
People usually say Noble's a crab, so
that's what we need to see. If he's the man to follow Neves around, then that's it. But that's what he's got to be key to allow. We need Fornals and Souček to get forward for us to carry on how we've been carrying on.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, the last player that we both chose caused us problems before. Is Adama Traore. His stats don't look that great, I'll be honest. You'll see him there. Look, no goals, 24 shots, 6 on target, no assists, big chances created 4. As I said, the stats don't look that good, Scott, but yourself, he's caused us plenty of damage in the past, and he proved it last season in this fixture when he come on and. Was it the home game he done that?
Yeah.
Was it the home game, wasn't it? Yeah. He come on and he sort of ripped us apart. So he's going to be, I know he hasn't got the greatest stats, but he's got to kick on sometime, and let's hope it ain't tonight.
Well, that's it. In the preview, I said you've got Traore and Dendoncker who have had over 24 shots this season, without scoring a goal. So they're obviously getting themselves into shooting positions. I think with Traore being that threat, and we've seen up against Creswell before, he's had the better of Creswell quite a lot. And the fact that he started with Masuaku and Creswell in the home game, the fact that Masuaku is back, he's got that pace to keep up with Traore. So it gives you that extra bit of comfort. And then also they've got to worry about Masuaku breaking forward as well. So then it puts that doubt in Traore's mind, because Traore then knows he's also got to work back with Masuaku. He can't just leave the right back isolated.
Yeah, I mean, Wolves this season, Scott, they're sitting 14th at the moment. They've won 1 in their last 5, losing 2 and drawing 2 as well. So not in the greatest of form. I think last time out they lost 1-0 at home to Liverpool. Yeah. the reverse fixture early in the season. We got how can we say, a surprise victory over Wolves, 4-0 at home. Bowen was the star man that day. This is a fixture where we don't really do well at Molineux. So I think the last time we won there was in August 2009 in the Premier League. And I remember that game. Marky Noble scored an absolute screamer that game. It's a difficult game, but I think it's a game that, we can go there tonight and get something. I mean, we mentioned the referee tonight. You've got Michael Oliver. The assistant refs are Stuart Burton, Dan Cook, fourth official Robert Jones on VAR. And let's hope that he has a good night on VAR and we don't have to use him a lot. He's David Coote and the assistant VAR is Sean Massey Ellis. So, we've got to give we've got to mention the official. This is a build-up show. We've got to let them know. We've got to know we've got to moan about on PMP after.
Thing is, mate, love them or hate them, we don't have football without them. So that's what we've got to look at. So we've got to give them a mention.
But Scott, I mean, I'll go through. I know you like a stat and that, so I've got a few here that as I just said there, the most recent win was a 2-0 victory in a Premier League game back in August. Wolves could go 3 consecutive Premier League matches without scoring for the first time in 9 years in the Premier League. So let's hope long may that continue. Wolves just scored the opening goal in just one of their last 19 top-flight games. That was an own goal by Leeds goalkeeper, Ilham Messila. I think I got that right. Want to pronounce that one, Scott?
No, I'll leave that one to you, mate. I'll leave that.
Wolves have netted first in the league, low 7 fixtures this season, but have won 6 of them and drawn the other. And this is an interesting fact. All 5 of Ruben Neves' Premier League goals this season have come since the turn of the year. He is the only Wolves player to have scored more than once in 2021.
So it shows how important he is to them, doesn't it?
Yeah, it shows how important it is to them. And let's hope that, we don't add to that tally. But let's get a few West Ham stats up because we like little West Ham stats here. West Ham have lost successive Premier League away games, as many defeats as in their previous 11 matches on the road, 1-6, drawn 3. Do you know them 2 defeats were against, Scott?
Liverpool, Man United.
I'll give you a clue. They was both in Manchester.
Oh, Man U, Man City.
And this one, a 7th away win of the season would equal our club record in the Premier League campaign. So it's a massive game tonight. West Ham have won 3 of their 4 top-flight games played on Mondays this season, beating Villa at home, Sheffield United at home, Leeds at home, and only losing, unfortunately, to Chelsea away, which, let's be honest, we should have won.
Definitely.
And one of our star men at the moment, Jesse Lingard, has averaged a goal or assist every 88 minutes for West Ham this season, the best ratio by a West Ham player in a single Premier League campaign with a minimum of 500 minutes. So it shows how important Jesse Lingard is tonight.
Yeah, he's very key.
And the last stat, Scott, West Ham are looking to complete a league double over Wolves for the first time since 1922-1923 season when Graham was 40 and he went to his first ever West Ham United game. He's not on here, so I can have a little dig at him. Yeah, there's a few stats there, Scott. So
that's the thing, though. Some of them stats are quite worrying. When you look at the fact we haven't done the league double over him since 22-23 season. And as we've said, we're sort of breaking the hoodoo this year, but we are normally the sides when you've not scored against us or you've not got a win or you need a win or need a goal. We're the team that normally give that. And I think this season we've shown that we ain't that team anymore. And hopefully, I'm not left to eat my words at the end of the game, with the likes of Chiora and Dendonka. But we have to be confident going into this game, massively, massively confident going into this game because we are on form the better side. As I said when I done the preview, we took 7 points from our last 4 games, and we wasn't playing well in them 4 games. So we've playing poorly and grinding out results. It's just now if things go wrong, this could be the price that we pay for having such a thin squad. You see tonight, you look at the subs bench, no Lanzini, two goalkeepers again on the bench.
Well, the only confidence I can take, Scott, is that when we've had key players injured this season, the players that have come in have done well. So let's hope that, that continues. And maybe a little mix up tonight has done, a change of formation. Fornell's coming in, Masuaku back out. I can imagine Masuaku's going to have a lot of the ball, trying to get down their flank. And obviously Lingard's going to be dropping deep, looking for that ball.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's an interesting game tonight. It's one that, I see a lot of West Ham fans earlier on Twitter, Rice out, and that was it, season's over. But listen, we're still good enough, and we've still got a good enough team. It's a big opportunity tonight, because if we go out and get a win and we move into that top 4 and we haven't got Declan Rice, people might turn around and think, do you know what? We can do this. We can finish on a high.
That's it. At the end of the day, we're not a one-man team. We've lost key players at key times so far this season. You look at Masuaku earlier in the season, you would class him as a key player. We missed him with injury. We've lost a Bonner through injury. Now we lost Antonio for a good spell as well, and we still ground out results. And now, all right, we've lost our main man in midfield, and it could stifle our other main man in midfield. That partnership then to adds. But as I said before, this is game. I've seen a lot of negativity aimed towards Noble. All right, the stats for Noble starting don't look good. We've got 1 point so far this season in games that he started. Okay, that's a worrying stat. But Noble's the type of player who's big enough to stand up and front all this negativity around him and put in a performance to sit there and show, no, this is why I'm at this club. This is why I'm in, and he will know now the importance of him coming back into this side with Rice missing and the amount of eyes that are going to be on him and the eyes that are going to be on the team tonight. He's man enough and big enough to stand up and be counted and make sure we go on to get something out of this game. At the end of the day, a draw is not the worst result in the world. But if we want to finish and have ambitions to finish within that top 4, a win with the way the results gone this weekend is necessary.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And listen, Declan Rice has dug us out a few tricky situations this season. So it's about time his teammates, dug in and do it for Declan Rice as well, because he's going to listen. I can imagine David Moyes and especially the rest of the dressing room, their heads would have been a bit down with that news. We've lost probably our best player. Let's have it right, But it's a big opportunity now for someone to come in and take over from Declan Rice and put in a shift. And do you know what? If we go out there tonight and as you said, if we go out there and battle and we lose, all you can do is hold your hands up. The better team won. But with the form we're in this season, we're good enough to win tonight. We're good enough to win, and there's still a lot of positives to take from this season. Let's not end it on a low. Listen, Declan Rice will be back. No doubts about that. But let's hope that when he comes back, we're still in a good position going into them last few games. Hopefully, we'll have him for the last 3, maybe 4 games, depending on how bad the injury is. But, this season is not over. We're still, we'd rather be in this position than what we was last season.
Exactly.
Going into these last few games, thinking whether we're going to be a Championship team or a Premier League team.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the thing. We're in a European battle instead of being in a relegation battle. Can you imagine people saying now our season's over? Imagine if we was down that bottom end of the table. People were saying we'd be relegated already with 9 games left to go. We need, like you said, mate, the players need to step up. They now need to put a shift in and show that we are a team. We're not individuals. We are a team. Jesse Lingard, for me, tonight is key. He's the key that will cause Wolves the most problems. And we've got to get the ball down. We've got to get him playing. And as I said in the preview, we've got to go for the jugular. We've got to get at Wolves, get an early goal, put them under pressure, same as we did against Arsenal. But then just keep that consistency in the performance. Don't then drop off and go into our shell, which we saw in the Arsenal game.
I mean, the back 3 tonight of Diop, Dawson and Creswell going to be massive. And as we said, Masuaku and Soufal wing backs. They're going to have their work cut out tonight. Yeah. So I think Creswell and Masuaku do work well together. So it'd be good to see that partnership back. And when Creswell slipped into that centre-back position before as a free, he's done well. He hasn't let us down before. So let's hope tonight that, everything comes off. We get a good result. But Wolves are going to be, they've got some players that we spoke about, Neves, but they've got players that can punish us as well. So we have to be on it from the start. Fabianski's going to be key tonight, as he always is. But but yeah, it's as you said, mate. I think Jesse Lingard tonight is gonna be the main man for us. Everything's gonna go through Jesse Lingard tonight.
If with the back three, do you think Diop will play the centre of the three, or do you think it'd be Dawson?
I think Dawson will probably play the centre of the three because I think he's the one that sort of sticks his head in a bit more, doesn't he? Diop's a sort of ball playing defender. Creswell's just whack it out. Let's be honest, that's what he does, doesn't he?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what he's there to do. He's there to stop the ball going in the back of the net. So I don't care how he gets it out, but I think Dawson will he'll be the leader at the back out of the three.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's another captain, and realistically, when you look at him, the thing is as well with this five at the back, with Creswell overlapping, getting forward. Again, when you've got Rice in there, you saw Rice when he played for England. When a centre half moved forward or anything like it, he's slotted in. This again, where if we've got Souček doing that we lose that aerial threat that Souček brings. When you look at us aerially going forward, you've only then got Antonio. Fornals, Lingard. They're not the tallest of players. So you're going to be looking for Creswell to get the ball and overlap with Masuaku and get the ball into the box. So we're going to need Souček bombing forward. So this is, as I said before, this is a game where Nobes has got to do that job. He's got to slot in when Kufal, Creswell and Masuaku get forward. Nobes has got to slot into that hole in midfield. And
look, we all know that Mark Noble's not the Mark Noble of old. We know that. He's a bit of a scapegoat sometimes. I do feel sorry for him in a way, but you're right. He's got to work hard tonight. He has got to work hard tonight, and he's got to prove some doubters wrong, and hopefully, he does prove doubters wrong, and he has a good game. Because we need him to step up now. He's got another year at West Ham. Next season will be his last. But yeah, it's a massive game for Mark Noble tonight, massive, and I just hope that he does everything simple. Souček's obviously going to drop in to help him out as much as he can. I think you'll probably see Fornals dropping in as much as he can. I think Noble's going to sort of play. I'm hoping that Noble's going to play in front of the back.
Yeah.
Just behind. So he'll allow Souček and Fornals just to push that a little bit further. I hope it's not the other way around and Souček sitting because we need Souček.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He offers so much going forward. And unfortunately for Noble doesn't offer as much going forward as Souček, and that's why we need him. We need Noble to free up Souček the way Declan Rice does.
I mean, look, on the bench, Bowen and Ben Rama are good options to bring on. But when you look at the rest of the bench, Scott, that is literally going to be going across the screen any second now, there's not really that many options, is there? Unless we want to put another two goalkeepers in goal. But Fredericks obviously could play wing back. Johnson, we know. Balbuena. Alves is an interesting option. I see a lot of people saying about Conor Coventry maybe getting a start or even on the bench, but he hasn't made the match day squad. So it's
I don't understand that. Obviously, when, like you said, you look at that bench, you've got four defenders. Sorry, Alves is a defender as well. So you've got two keepers. Four defenders? Johnson, Fredericks, Balbuena, Alves, and then you've got the attacking threat, Ben Rama, Bowen, and Odebeke, who just seem to be, he's in and around the squad. Why you don't drop Trot and bring Coventry in? Unless he's picked up an injury, just to have him there. All right, he hasn't got any experience playing for the first team in the Premier League or a lot of it of first team experience, but have him in there, have him involved, because he is a midfielder. He plays a midfield role, and that's the thing. You're sitting there with two keepers. You don't need two keepers.
No.
Touch wood, you don't need two keepers. And that just worries me.
You've got to have a lot of bad luck if you've got to use three goalkeepers in the game.
That's it.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, one of them goalkeepers could have dropped, and Coventry on the bench, unless he's picked up a late knock we don't know about. But I'm very surprised that he's not in the matchday squad, because a lot of people are saying that he's in good form at the moment, especially for the under 23s. And yeah, let's just hope, Scott. But thank you. Let's just say thank you to everyone in the live chat who's joining us. This is a new show that me and Scott are bringing you for the last 9 games of the season. So A little bit of feedback would be nice at the end of the show in the comments section below. But we will be getting you involved in a minute. We'll be taking your comments and your score predictions just before we hand you over to the gruesome twosome, Nick Hawkins and Dan Lawless for the watch along live, where they'll be taking you through 90 minutes of pure emotions of a football game. Hopefully we'll see Dan Lawless pour some more water over his face as we score a last minute winner. But yeah, I mean, someone's just said there that Palace have equalised, Scott. So that'll be a massive result for us because it hasn't flashed up yet. But hang on, I think it has. So that's a good result for us tonight because and the results have gone for us the weekend. Chelsea losing, I mean, that's got to be the surprise of the season, isn't it? Chelsea losing 5-2 at home to
West Brom.
I mean, Big Sam was smiling like he was top of the league, but
this is the thing now. This is the opportunity we've got to take. Results did go our way, but also other teams closed the gap. You know, we slipped down to 7th now. I think if Everton get the win tonight, they're level on points with us, just behind us on goal difference.
Yeah.
So you know, this draw now. This needs to spur us on. As I said, if we want to be in and around that conversation come the last 4 or 5 games of the season to be in that top floor, these are now when the boys have got to stand up and be counted. You know, no one can hide now. Nobody can hide. This is the time.
Yeah, no, 100% agree, mate. And it's I mean, as I said, obviously Tottenham as well yesterday bottled it again. You know, for Newcastle equalising late on. Rubbed it in a bit, didn't it? Willock scoring, the Arsenal player. So yeah, look, results have gone our way. You know, as you said earlier, mate, a point tonight ain't the worst result, but a win tonight would be so massive, not only for the team, the football club, but for the fan base as well. Because we've had some terrible news today with Declan Rice out, obviously for the next few weeks. But 3 points tonight is. And do you know what? We're good for the 3 points, I think. You know, I really do. I think the team now is good enough to get us through, and it'll be mixing it up a little bit. I'm excited to see Masuaku back. I really am, because just before he got injured, he was in the form of his career at West Ham. And let's hope that he'll pick that up, and he's got a lot to prove that he wants to start every week. And obviously Fornells as well. Fornells is a key play for us. It showed when he was injured how much we actually missed him in certain games. So it's good to have him back as well.
That's it. Fornells' work rate is key, you know, for us. He puts a shift in. And, you know, you've seen a lot of people in the chat asking, you know, about Ben Rama. And I brought this up before. Ben Rama offers you the trickery, the skill going forward. But we know what Moyes is like. Moyes likes workers. Moyes wants his players to work. And Ben Rama, for me, I've seen it in certain games where he's tracking back but not tracking back quick enough. And that's why Fornells gets a nod over him each time, because Fornells puts that shift in. Fornells does the dirty work as well as to try and get forward. You know, he hasn't got, for me, Fornells hasn't got that bit of class that Ben Rama has to unlock a defence, but his work rate overshadows that. You know, he puts that shift in, and especially with Noble being in there, the work rate of Souček and Fornells tonight could allow Noble, as I said, just to sit there, just to play as a crab side to side, and let them two work up and down.
I love it when you say that, Scott. Phil Brown says Fornells' work rate is second to none. I 100% agree, and I think that's what Moyes identified tonight, losing Rice and bringing in Fornells. Happy Hammer 82. We have to take this opportunity if we are serious about top 4. Ain't a better chance. Come on, you Irons. Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, tonight will prove a lot. If we can get a result tonight, it will show how far we've come as a team, and it shows that we can adapt when we lose players like Declan Rice. H&O Productions, Ben Rama starts for me, lads. Sorry. Do you know what? I was surprised that he ain't started tonight, if I'm honest, because I would have started him myself. So I totally agree with that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying Ben Rama shouldn't start. I'm just trying to show a little bit why I think that Ben Rama doesn't start in certain games in Moyes' eyes.
Duck Pond Sailors. What a great name that is. Absolutely gutted about Rice, as we all are, mate. Pressure on Lingard to perform tonight. I agree. I agree because now Lingard is the main man for me. But I think Lingard will adapt to that. He'll take that pressure on his shoulders and he'll do well. Scott, your room's getting darker and darker.
I'm going to go and switch my light on, mate.
Your tan is so brown. We're going to lose you in a minute. Don't put your light on. Go on. Hammers Mikey. Is Noble slowing anyone else's Wi-Fi down? Oh, come on, Hammers Mikey.
Do you know what it was? It was so light when we started this, and I thought, we'll get away with it.
Robert Furness. Fornells also pops up with goals. That's a good shout. That is. He's got some key goals this season. I think you're going to see probably when we look back at goals of the season, Fornells against Leicester away will be up there with one of the other ones. Rob Lomax, glad to hear some positivity after listening to West Ham Unofficial. Jake? What? It can't be Jake. I don't think Jake would be negative. He might have had negative guests on there. I don't know, but look, I think that we're all down about Declan Rice, but look, we've got to move forward. There's nothing we can do. We just got to adapt, and hopefully the players will step in. Will do a job. Billy Herring, who would you take out for him, though? I think he's on about who would you take out for if we was to start Ben Rama. Probably be Mark Noble for me.
That's it. But then this is the thing as well. You take out Noble, then you're restricting Souček because you're asking Souček to play that holding midfield role, which then doesn't allow him to get forward.
He's already switched it on. I was already on that one, but thank you for see. I know people noticed, Scott. You was disappearing, mate.
I know. I thought I was getting further and further. Gone.
Rick Cogger's donated $4.99. Thank you so much for that tonight. 2-0 West Ham. Well done, guys. It's been an amazing show. I really do like it. Thank you for your feedback, Rick. We will be, as I said, carrying this show on. I've got Mr. I was going to say Mr. Statman to you, but I was whipping out all the stats tonight. But you're Mr. Preview, so it's good to have you on here, mate.
I've got to up my game a bit, haven't I, now with this show?
What, this one? Yeah, you got
to up my game. And I'll get some stuff in the background as well.
Billy saying, like your background, Ryan. True Hammer watching from Malta tonight. Come on, you irons. Thank you, Billy. How lucky is he in Malta? Malta's a beautiful country. Beautiful country. Let's have a look. Let's get some more comments.
I did see one comment about, we were saying about Conor commentary. Maybe he's in a different COVID bubble. Because obviously one of the, I think, is it Bolly? The Wolves player's out tonight because he's tested positive for COVID. So that's a bit of a worry. It's maybe that could be why he's not involved in the squad. But I can't see that because I'm sure he's been training with the first team. But we'll have to wait and see. Because Odebekus obviously plays for the under-23s quite often. So I can't see that really affecting it. But it is a possibility.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Dan Levet, a Wolves fan. Rest in peace, Claude. Keep up the good work, guys. Hope for a good game from a Wolves fan. Do you know what? I obviously ain't going to wish Wolves fan. I ain't going to wish Wolves luck because I don't want them to win. And like he ain't going to sort of want us to win. But no, it's good to have opposition fans on here. And thank you for joining us, mate. Hopefully it's a good game, but hopefully we take the 3 points tonight. Let's get a few more comments before we go into predictions for tonight. Maxi Gaming, hi guys, hi Maxi. Full time. Let's get a few more. Someone saying Ben Rama super sub.
Yep. Yeah, it's key. Again, this is the thing we've got to look at as well, where Ben Rama and the likes of Ben Rama and Bowen are not starting. They've got the opportunity to come on when Moyes needs them and change the game, and that's a good thing to have. We have got options coming from that bench. It's not all defensive options. Even with Fredericks, Fredericks more defensive minded, but he does give you a bit more pace down that right hand side, and he's sort of done a similar job with Kufal to what Masuaku does with Creswell. So, it's not all negative on the bench. That's how we've got to look at it. We've got options. We've got attacking options that can push us forward if we need them.
And it's just been confirmed, Scott. It's just finished 1-1 with Everton. So that's a good result for us tonight. You know, so let's before we move on, and as you can see, Nicky's desperate to get on the watch along tonight. So this I don't know why he's waving at the bottom. Let's get him in because he obviously wants to say something. What's the matter, mate?
I didn't mean to. I clicked the wrong thing. I'm trying to create a new screen.
That's all right, mate. We're the warm up act for the watch along. So
everyone, I didn't mean to come in and make a new screen for the watch along, but I can't. I can't click out.
Right, well, give us another 5 minutes, mate, and they're all yours.
No worries.
All right, mate. Yeah. So Scott, let's get into the score predictions, mate. What we got now is coming up to 8 o'clock, so we're 15 minutes before kickoff. What's your score prediction? I think I went for 3-1 on Friday night point, but I think it's going to be a little bit more tighter than that. I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory, a very nervous 2-1 victory. We'll be hanging on in the last minutes, but I just think that it could be one of these games where we find ourselves sort of like going 2-0 up and then Wolves getting one back, and it's going to be sort of like on the edge. So I'm going to go 2-1.
Yeah, I think I went for 2-1 in the Friday night pint as well. I'm still going to stick by that. I still think we've got enough to go on and get the win. It's going to be a bit more tighter than what I was expecting. You know, I thought it'd be a comfortable 2-1. I know it sounds a bit strange with that scoreline, but you know, it's. I said I'm not going to allow the fact that we've lost Rice to make me very negative. I'm still positive. We've still got plenty of players that can cause them problems. And form-wise, as I said, we haven't played particularly well in the last 4 games, but you know, we've got results out of it. So I'm just looking at that, and that's what I'm going for, 2-1.
Let's have a little look what people are thinking. So Stephen Bunn's going for a 2-1 win. Steve Rochford's also gone for a 2-1 West Ham win. Rocky Spence has gone for the game of the season, 6-5 for West Ham. Jake Moore, 0-0 or 1-0 Dawson own goal. Oh,
I hope not. Not again.
Oh, no. I thought he was saying 1-0 Dawson, and then I see the own goal, and I was like, oh. Old Feck Noble's playing. Keep the faith, son.
Joe, what'll be key? Joe, what'll be good tonight? Noble to score the winner.
Oh, yeah. 90th minute penalty would be nice, wouldn't it? Alex Jones has gone for a 2-0 victory. CJ Rass, 2-0 or 2-1 Antonio and Lingard. Hammers Mikey's going for a 1-1 draw. DC's gone for a 1-0 win. Harry Redknackers. Sadly, now he's thinking 2-1 win to Wolves. Hopefully, Harry Redknackers, you'll change your mind. Anas Ahmed's gone for a 1-0 win. Potato salad scoring. Come on, the potato salad. We've lost our rice, but we've still got potato salad, Scott, in the buffet cart in midfield. SKS 1982's gone for a hopefully, that's 3-1. That's 3-1 victory for West Ham. Another 3-1 victory. Another 3-1 victory. 3-1 seems to be the popular scoreline at the moment. Phil's Andy. What is it with these names? I have to double check them because I don't want to say something that's 2-0 West Ham. Lingard and Souček to score. Charles Lee's gone for a 3-0. Most people are saying victories here.
This is what we like to see. You know, everybody confident. You know, confident. Even though the fact we have lost one of our main players, everybody's confident going into this one, and that just shows. You know, that just shows how far we've come as a side this season. The fact that this you know, you can see on the chat the score lines. You know, people are still thinking it's going to be comfortable, and you know that is this new never say die attitude that this team's got, and that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see tonight.
Yeah, no, 100%, Scott, 100%, mate. But yeah, I mean, I think that's it, Scott. We'll leave it there, mate. We've got through it. It was our first show. Listen, we'll add more things to this show as we go on, but it was our pilot show tonight. So as I said, any feedback will be greatly appreciated. We are the warm-up act for the watch along, as I said. straight after us. Stay on the channel. Nicky and Dan will be doing the live watch along as they always do. Hopefully, they'll be talking about a victory. I'm sure they'll give you their thoughts on the starting lineup and obviously Declan Rice as well. Yeah, Scott, you enjoyed it, mate?
Loved it, mate. Loved it. Hopefully everyone else has enjoyed it as well. And as we said, any comments about how we can improve or anything we did wrong, just stick them in the comments.
Well, I can tell you, I can give you some improvements straight away, Scott. You can turn your lights on at the beginning. I thought I was losing you. I thought the screen, I thought you was just fading into the background.
I know.
How have you got a suntan? Anyway, have you got a sunbed at home?
No, I don't have a sunbed. I ain't got no room to put. I ain't got room to sit and film. I don't have room for a sunbed. I was out in the sun yesterday.
I'll tell you what, it was mad. It was snowing today.
Oh, it was crazy, mate. Absolutely
crazy weather. But yeah, that's it. Listen, thank you everyone for joining us. As I said, stay on the channel. And we will be back after the game. Nicky will be back with fan cams after the watch along, and we'll be doing post-match point live later on. So yeah, we'll leave it there. Scott, let's hope we get the 3 points tonight, mate. And as always, one thing left to say. Come on, you Lions!